Hi YouTube, this is Darkon633, and today I'm bringing a review of the Star Wars Rebels Darth Vader and Ahsoka Tano 2-pack. Now, once again, Hasbro has put in the Rebels toy line characters as a part of the Force Awakens toy line to make it a lot easier to release the figures, and I think it's still a really nice way to actually do that since it makes it a lot easier overall. But anyways, before we look at the figures as normal, we're going to take a look at the box, which, once again, Hasbro's design team has done a very fantastic job personally, which, one second, Ahsoka's trying to fall here, on the artwork on the boxes, and I think that's one of their strongest points. Now, obviously, the 5 points articulation is a major problem with maybe a lot of the figures and so on, especially with the Rebels toys, since at this point in time, not including the 6-inch Ahsoka Tano, there hasn't been articulated figures of the Rebels characters, so I can understand why it's a bit of a bother. But other than that, I still think it's a really nice set. On the back, it shows various other toys that were released in the line, and bios for both Darth Vader and Ahsoka Tano. Now, we're going to take a look at the figures. Now, Darth Vader, the reason why I got the set especially, is because I really like the design of Darth Vader on Star Wars Rebels. Now, unfortunately, figure-wise, this is definitely not the best figure in terms of playability. And the reason why is because a lot of the articulation is very stiff. Even for a 5 points articulation figure, it seems overall more stiff than some of the other 5 inches, that, or should I say 4 inches, that I've got in the past. And that's because he features the whole inner cape piece molded around the legs. So instead of making it easier so that the legs could have been articulated, maybe this is a separate piece and so on, they went ahead and did that single piece articulation, so it's a bit awkward. And due to the very hard, well, it's not really hard since it is soft and pliable, plastic cape instead of a cloth material, he does look very stiff in various different poses. Now, he does feature the regular arm articulation, which is kind of hard to get to due to the way the cape's designed. And his head can turn 360. So that's pretty much all you're getting. You can't even look up and down too much. His lightsaber is pretty well sculpted, and I think they did a nice job sculpting the lightsaber once more. But that's pretty much it for the Vader on its own, and you do need to play with it just a bit in order to keep balanced. Ahsoka, which she just fall here, is also a pretty good sculpt overall, I think. Her head is at a ball joint, which allows full movement, but due to the head crest piece, it does kind of hinder it just a tad bit. She does have fully jointed shoulders by means of just the normal 5 points, and her legs are by far the worst part of the figure since it only goes about that far just by design alone, so that is a bit distracting. The other accessories that the set includes are this really stupid disc launcher, which I know some of the other Hasbro related products also came with, such as the Marvel's toy lines and some of the older Clone Wars lines as well. Basically, it's like some kind of force attack, but it's colored in red just because it's the Sith colored version. And it's just basically a disc launcher, which you pull here and then the disc pops out. So that's pretty much it for that gimmick, and it's just something I don't really care for. The other accessory is a little bit better just because the way that it helps replicate the spinning blade attack. It's because it's casted on a blue translucent plastic and it's going to handle in the middle. To use this, basically you take out Ahsoka's lightsabers and slide them into the slots that are on the side of the disc. Like so, you just slide them in. Slide in the other one. And then we're just going to put it in this hand. Hopefully you'll be able to hold it better. And then, similar to, I guess, the Inquisitor, you could say, she does have the ability to spin her lightsabers like this. So it just goes and spins. So it's a kind of a cool ability, but I could see why it's maybe not the most impressive gimmick ever made for the toy line. But other than that, I still think it's a really nice set, especially to get a really nice looking Vader, besides the fact that he might not be the best action figure out there. And I think it's a really nice set to get a hold of just for that Vader alone. The Ahsoka's pretty cool too, but her articulation issues are a bit distracting, especially for a 4-inch figure, since I've seen better 4-inch figures with more articulation, and obviously better sculpts to allow you to at least use the joints correctly. It's a bit awkward on her. Just to show a little comparison, here is some of the other figures that I got in the line between me and my brother. So here's my brother Zeb, here's Chopper, and Darth Vader. So it's pretty cool what you have so far. I will be getting just to reiterate, I will be getting the Kanan and the Ezra in the future, if you haven't seen my previous reviews. So be on the lookout, since I will be putting up more Star Wars reviews in the near future in the next couple months. But anyways, please comment and subscribe, and check out Hero Talk on the Gideon blog as soon as they're open. Also, check me out on Twitter under Drawcon633, and please check down the other channels down below, including the WRW podcast and more. There's some pretty cool reviewers down there listed as well. So, anyways, for now, I'll be seeing you YouTube. Bye.